Hi Taurus, welcome to your September 2020 Astrology 33 reading. Thank you to those of you who've liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you interested in a book and personal reading with me, I'm actually going to be taking a bit of a break from those. I'm not sure when I'm going to pick them back up yet, but just trying to take a little time off from that for a bit. When I do start them up again, though, I'll put a message in the community section of the channel regarding that. As for what we have in front of us, it's a Celtic cross spread as always. We also have some oracle cards that I pulled for you guys and also a Mudra card. So we'll get started with the main spread. And just so you guys know, it looks a little rough here in the present situations, but it definitely seems to lighten up. So, it might start out a little bad, but it does look like things improve for you guys. Just wanted to put that out there. But with that said, in the main situation position, we have the 10 of Swords. So this is actually Gemini energy. And for you guys, Gemini is your house of finances. It's actually the house that you guys naturally rule as well, being that you guys rule the second house. But for me, this represents an ending. Now, for a lot of you, I feel like this is more of a mental thing for you guys, where maybe you guys were just exhaustively thinking about something for a really long time. And it could be revolving around finances for some of you. That's what I feel like primarily is happening here, that it's more of a situation that you've just been mulling over in your head for a really long time, and maybe that's finally coming to an end. For some of you, that might be by your choice, and others of you might be external factors, but I feel like in the long run, you guys will actually feel like, okay, yeah, this was something that needed to stop anyway, In the challenger obstacle position, we have the 5 of Pentacles. So this is actually Taurus energy here, represents the first 10 degrees of Taurus. And Uranus is there now. The time I'm recording is actually right in the middle of the month. It's actually starting a retrograde cycle too. So that could be part of it. But really what I'm seeing with this here, for some of you, this can definitely represent possibly some financial difficulties. Now, I could see that going a few different ways, where for some of you, it could be that you might have been overworking yourselves to the point where you might actually, end up physically ill. So just be wary of that, the possibility for burnout there. And for some of you as well, it could be one of those things where you just worry about something so extensively to where it might wear you down in a more mental respect as well. So that's the two ways I could see these energies playing out. And for some of you, this could have been an ending that you might have had around a relationship as well. That's certainly a possibility. But for more of you, I feel like it was those other scenarios we talked about. But yeah, I mean, we're going to have, we've already had some aspects that were kind of harsh to Uranus in your sign. So it could have been around those times. For example, that Aquarius full moon was making a square to Uranus in your sign. So there could have been an ending around that time. As other planets are going through there, for example, eventually Venus is going to pass through there. It could be that time. So, just be mindful of those transits. Could be something there regarding those endings. In the foundation position, we have the 4 of Pentacles. So more Pentacle energy here. This is Capricorn energy though, and it represents the last 10 degrees of Capricorn. There's tons of things going on there too. Obviously, Saturn moved back in there recently. Pluto's been there seemingly forever, right? So could have to do with that, but for some of you, I feel like this is what I was saying there in the beginning, where I feel like this is something for a lot of you that you've held on to for a long time. And like I said, whether you guys come to that decision consciously and say, okay, I need to let this go, or external circumstances kind of cause that ending for you, that's what I see happening there. Of course, on a more mundane level, for some of you, like I said, if it is some kind of thing that manifests as a financial difficulty for you, then obviously that would explain why you might be in this position, right, where you might be budgeting a little bit. Like, okay, so let's just say, for example, you're in a job that you're very unhappy in, right? Like, okay, this job is wearing me down. Maybe they're overworking you and you're not getting overtime pay. There's so many ways it could play out. And maybe you're coming to the realization, like, okay, I don't know how much longer I can do this, right? So maybe this is you making those practical steps to say, okay, I'm going to have to budget for a bit, because realistically, if I'm going to go to another job, there might be a little bit of a layover, right? Where, okay, I might have a few weeks where I might be in between paychecks. So things along those lines. So this could just be saying that this is something that you've been mulling over and realizing that, okay, in order for me to ultimately make that step forward that I want, I might have to have a temporary setback. So that could be something where you're consciously thinking that over. Um, and for some of you, like I said, could be an ending that you've had and you're still trying to hold on to it, or perhaps because you're holding on, it could end up causing an ending as well. So that's another thing to keep in mind. I would say for that particular scenario would be more of a, I feel like maybe in a relationship sense, where maybe if you're really closed off towards someone and you're not communicating with them, they might, get to the point where they're saying, well, I don't know how much longer I could do this, right? And they might actually decide to end it. So just some ways I could see that playing out there. Now, for a lot of you, this might have already happened too, because in the past position, we do see the Death card. So, uh, this is Scorpio energy, which for you guys is your opposite sign. So, for some of you, this could certainly be around relationships, but Seventh house doesn't just represent romantic relationships, it represents partnerships of all kinds. So, for a lot of you, this could be an energy that you've already gone through, and that also seems to support, like if you look here, just a quick glance, you could see the energies here are a lot lighter, right? So for some of you, this is something that you've already gone through, or for those of you watch this when I first post it, maybe this is saying that maybe the last half of August might be a little rough, but as we get into September, the energy starts to clear. But yeah, seeing the Death card here, looks like there was definitely some kind of an ending that you guys have gone through or will very soon. And in the present position, we have the Page of Cups. So to me, if let's say if this is around a relationship situation, right? Could just be saying that maybe this was someone coming back around to try to rectify the situation, whether it be you or the other person. And the reason I feel like it could definitely be a past relationship coming back around is because if we look at his stance, he's actually looking towards the past position, right? And obviously, some of you could also be dealing with a water sign. Um, but yeah, that's what I see here in the present position. So sorry if you guys hear that thunder in the background, but yeah, so I mean, this could just be pointing to that. And for some of you as well, this could be if this is around finances. Maybe it's someone who comes around with an offer for you, but it's not quite what you were hoping for, right? So maybe this was part of it too, where you had this expectation. Maybe you were promised some kind of a raise or something along those lines, and might not be forthcoming with it, right? They might be like, oh, we might have to delay that a little longer. It could be one of those things where they might try to offer to patch things up, but for you might not feel like it's quite what you were hoping for, whether that be a romantic relationship or financially. In the near future position, we have the Hanged Man. So, in a way, this is similar to what I was feeling for you guys in the present with the Ten of Swords energy, where I was saying I feel like this is just something where you guys might have just been stuck in your head for a long time. And, quite frankly, that could be because of the fact that we have Mars in your 12th house of Aries. So, you know, Mars likes to be in Aries, but it's actually slowing down, getting ready to go retrograde, and it's making all these harsh aspects with all the planets in Capricorn. So, it's a bit of an intense energy right now. So that could be what's going on for some of you, where it could just be where you're just feeling like you might have all these ideas for things you want to move forward on, but you might feel like there's these external factors that are preventing you from actually taking action. Mars is going to be there for pretty much until I think the end of the first week of January, though, because of that retrograde cycle. So this is something that you're going to be dealing with for a while. I do want to mention that. But the positive here to see this is the Hangman energy. If we were to think of both of these energies as just overthinking, right, just being stuck in your head a bit, obviously this looks like a much brighter energy than with the Ten of Swords here. So what this could just be saying is it could just be an advice for you guys, which is to say that if you have been stuck in your head about something, right, or if you've been really burning yourself out, it could just be telling you to try to relax a little bit, try to, just be patient and have faith, and then that could help actually turn things around for you. So that's what I'm seeing there. And looks like that might actually be the case for you guys too, because in the position of your influence on the situation, we do see the Empress. So this is actually technically not exactly your major arcana card. The major arcana card for Taurus is the Hierophant, but This is pretty close up there as well. Usually people do view this as Taurus energy, especially because you guys are ruled by Venus. There's the very blatant Venus symbolism there, right? It's a very feminine energy. So to me, this is saying just being open, right? Maybe this is even saying, like I said, for some of you who, if you have been really overworking yourselves, whether physically or just mentally mulling over something, this could just be encouraging you to try to get out for a little bit, maybe get out in nature, just reset, even if it's just like a long weekend or something, just take a little time off, relax, and that might help you hit the reset button in that regard. And then this is also a very receptive energy too, where things will come to you just by being in that energy. So overall, pretty positive there. In the environment position, we have the Ace of Cups and the Hierophant. So speaking of the Hierophant, right, this actually is the major arcana card for your energy. So I could see these two cards playing out a couple of different ways. For some of you where this is around finances, I feel like this is saying that there probably will be an offer coming your way. I feel like this is an offer that someone's thinking about, but it could just be that it's a little bit slow. They might not move very quickly with the offer, but at the same time, when the offer does arrive with that Hierophant energy, it's a stable offer. It's a long-standing offer that you could trust, So for example, maybe this is some huge corporation you might have applied for a job with recently, right? And it could be one of those things where they just have a very extensive hiring process, so they might not be the type to call you in for interview 1 on Monday, okay, interview 2 on Wednesday, and then you're hired by Friday, right? They might really take their time to process things. They might have multiple candidates that are in competition for the job, right? But I feel like this is saying you're definitely in the running here, and they're viewing you in a positive light, if we think about the fact that this is the major arcana card for your sign. For others of you, this is around a relationship as well. This could just be saying that there's someone who might be actually considering being in a very serious relationship with you. So for example, like I said, if there was some kind of ending you might have went through in the past, and whether this was you extending the offer to them and maybe they weren't sure about it, right? And they're the hangman energy there, or if it's the other way around where they came back to you with an offer and it wasn't quite what you were hoping for. So it could just be saying that with a little patience, they might come back around with something more tangible that you actually would be happier with. So pretty positive energies there no matter what. In the hopes or fears position, we have the Six of Wands. So this actually represents victory energy. It's actually Leo energy, which for you guys is your 4th house. So for some of you, this might actually be around wanting to move. Maybe that's what it is in general. This could be an environment that you're finding isn't really doing it for you, right? Maybe a place where you feel like, all right, I've lived here for too long. Maybe you feel like there's no more room for growth, right? Maybe it's even just become an area that's too expensive for you to live in. So you're just trying to move to an area that you feel will be more suitable. And then that could explain again another reason why you might have been saving your money up, like, okay, I need to get into a new place, right? Could be one of those things. But overall, I feel like this is just saying that you're hoping for some recognition. Like I said, for some of you, if this is around a job loss, right, and you've been applying to new places, this could just be saying that you're hoping to, have your resume stand out. So that's what I see there. And in the outcome position, a lot of cards came up. We have the 8 of Pentacles in reverse, Wheel of Fortune in reverse, Page of Swords in reverse, and 6 of Pentacles. So interesting that this is the one card that did come in the upright position out of those, and it's actually more Taurus energy. So let's just go through the cards one by one. Now, 8 of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like this could be another thing where, like I was saying, maybe some of you might have lost a job recently. The 8 of Pentacles in the upright definitely represents that energy of putting in work, right? It actually represents the first 10 degrees of Virgo, too. So what that says to me is, like I said, I'm recording this in the middle of August. So this representing those first 10 degrees of August, that's pretty much the very end of August, first couple of days of September. Could just be saying for those of you, if you don't have a job around that time, with the Wheel of Fortune, could just be saying the timing isn't quite right for that new job to come through yet. You might not be hearing back regarding any offers, but you will fairly soon with the Six of Pentacles being the last position there. It could also just be saying that if you, again, what I was saying with that Hangman energy, the Empress energy, if you try to stay a little bit more open and receptive, have a little faith, looks like there will be resources out there to help you out if you need it. Obviously, the Six of Pentacles is a step up from the Four of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles we see there, right? So we see progression in that regard too. Um, but yeah, to me, this represents that balance restored. And given the fact that we have the Ten of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck here, that actually represents the end of Virgo energy. So for a lot of you, I feel like this is saying that before we get to the very end of September, you might actually get, at the very least, if not you're physically working by then, this could just be saying that you might actually get that offer that you've been hoping for. Um, so that's why I see there. And then, interestingly enough, beneath that too, we have the Two of Wands. So this definitely represents for me that, like I said, for some of you, just a fresh start. It could be with someone from your past if this is around relationships, because Virgo energy does represent your fifth house of romance, creativity, and whatnot. But for some of you, like I said, maybe if you're hoping to move or this represents you putting your resume out, this could just be saying that that new job offer will be coming for you guys and will be what you were hoping for. But yeah, I do feel like it's going to take a little patience because, like I said, to me, these three cards here coming out in the reverse definitely show, to me anyway, with that Eight of Pentacles in reverse, might not have work coming your way, right? Wheel of Fortune in reverse could just be saying the timing's not right, which would explain why you might not be hearing communication, which is why the Page of Swords would be in reverse, but eventually balance will be restored. So looks like with a little patience, things will definitely work out for you guys. Like I said, it looks like there's definitely a bit of bumpy energy there. For some of you, you might have actually already gone through this, especially given that we do see the death card there, and this could just represent you recovering from that. But looks like things will turn around for you guys, especially looking at these oracle cards too, which are pretty positive ones. Some of the more positive oracle cards in the respective decks. But the first one we have here is Milk and Honey. And it won't focus, but there's the artwork, and the number is 51, so we'll see what that has to say. Okay, it says the taste of prosperity, opportunities born of authenticity, nurturing abundance, trusting that your needs will be met. The Oracle's message: you've entered a sweet time in your life, enjoying the land of milk and honey that everyone wants to experience. It's an interlude that it feels more languid than ambitious, when all your senses are awake to the unlimited possibilities in the universe. These times are precious and only come when you're in your authentic zone, wearing the world as a loose garment, not wanting, yet able to be nourished in ways both tangible and subtle. Abundance is an energy that you are a living part of. All your needs are being met. You are given the gift of nourishment in every form. See, interesting there where it says when you're in your authentic zone. That made me think of what I was saying there with the Empress energy. And like I said, don't get me wrong, it looks like you guys definitely might be going through a bit of a rough patch right now, but this is pretty encouraging to see. Like I said, one of the cards that can definitely represent Taurus energy, and then also in the environment, seeing the Hierophant, which is clearly the Taurus major arcana card as well. So those are pretty positive signs to me that whatever you are going through looks like it will improve for you fairly soon. The relationship message says sensuality, connection, and passionate romance between lovers, sweet moments of understanding, and love among friends and family are all here for you to savor now. Your heart's calling will be answered. Let your thoughts and feelings be sweet with gratitude, and you'll be nourished with the honey of abundance. So definitely a pretty positive message there. Like I said, for some of you, I picked up on this as more of a finance thing, but we did mention some relationship dynamics where, like I said, maybe you guys did go through a breakup. Like I said, maybe it was when one of those tough aspects was made to Uranus in your sign. Could have been around that time, but yeah, seeing that there, like I said, you might even have gotten an offer from this person for reconciliation, but maybe it wasn't quite you were hoping for. But with a little time, like I said, it looks like they might come around with something that you're a bit more interested in, and vice versa. If you, to you guys, who are actually the ones that are coming forward to reconcile things, it looks like initially even if they don't seem too enthusiastic about it. It looks like with time they will decide, yeah, that they do want to move forward as well. The prosperity message says there is only one authentic you. This version of yourself is Spirit's emissary in the world. When you're in alignment with the truth that you are a unique expression of the divine, your ego can rest and your soul can illuminate your purpose. Now is the time when you're seeking your true north. When you find this direction, you automatically step into prosperity, and the world brings you evidence of abundance. Miracles are a choice and a way of seeing the world. With every choice you make right now, you have the potential to seize good fortune and embrace your destiny. Opportunities will lead you to your best life now. Be open to them. You're getting a sweet taste of what you want. So definitely an interesting message there. And again, like I said, it seems to support that vibe that I was getting where with that hangman, it could just be telling you to try to be a little patient, but also have faith. Like I said, especially for those of you if you've just been stuck in your head about something, just mulling it over and over. So hopefully that resonated with you guys. And then next we have Starfish Spirit. It says open to infinite possibility. There's the artwork, and the number is 59. Okay, it says stretched out on the beach, the starfish opens fully to the rays of the sun, to the power of potential. As you look out toward the horizon, do you open up to infinite possibility? Spirit is the source of opportunities beyond your wildest imagination and ensures endless possibilities are available. At this time, Starfish Spirit urges you to stretch past the limits of your everyday perception and comfort zones to dream of bigger things and imagine with even greater hope and faith, for miraculous potential is shining down on you. Feel it, bask in it, and open yourself to be filled with inspiration. This is a very fortunate sign that Starfish Spirit has come to remind you of your infinite potential. So definitely a good message there. And like I said, even if it's just a matter of just having Mars in your 12th house where you just might feel a little antsy and maybe stuck in your head about things, possibly being a little critical of yourselves, could just be saying that, try to ride that out and have faith. But hopefully that resonated with you guys as well. And finally, we have a Mudra card for you guys. So the Mudra that you guys get for this month is the Surabhi Mudra. There it is there. And the keyword for it is generosity. Okay, let's see if we can fit everything in the frame. All right. Hopefully it focuses, but let's try this again. All right, well, it's not cooperating, but I'll just read to you what it says under benefits. Oh, there it goes. It says balances Vata dosha and awakens Manipur chakra, treats cough and bowel disorders, improves memory, reduces inflammation, especially related to rheumatism, awakens empathy, gives insight into one's hidden gifts and talents, and how those can be used to benefit all beings, increases devotion and spiritual radiance. So if that sounds like something you think would be beneficial for you guys, we'll put the name of the Mudra in the description video as always. We'll wrap up there, guys, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.